So you may be a procrastinator sometimes, just like me. Let me give you an idea that might help. Hey, Expeditioners, I'm Peter Waitzman, founder of Expedition Money, and one of the things that I have suffered from in my life is procrastination. I think a lot of us have. We say, hey, we'll put something off till tomorrow. Hey, I got busy with something else, so I didn't have time to do that. And before you know it, time flies, and you haven't gotten anything done over a period of time where you probably could have gotten a lot done. And sometimes I'm like, where did the time go? Well, I think a lot of that can be chalked up to the fact that there isn't a lot of pressure sometimes, especially when you're young. You think you have your whole life ahead of you, and there are just some things that I want to do right now, some other things that maybe aren't as important or won't necessarily give me benefits over the long run, but feel good right now or entertaining me right now. And as you get a little older, you get a little wiser, a little grayer like me, you realize, man, a lot of time has passed and I don't maybe have as much time left as I once did. And so you got to get on things. But how can you find that sense of urgency sometimes when you don't necessarily have it? I want to introduce you to something. This is called a Weeks of My Life poster here. There are a number of companies that make them. We are going to produce one ourselves here at Expedition Money. But I just want to show you the concept here because this is a small paper poster. It's meant to be put up, but they are meant to be accessible so that you can color in each of these little dots. So each of these little dots here represents 1 week of your life. And on these posters here, some of them will have different total numbers, but generally you'll have about 4,000 weeks of your life available up to age 80. This one goes up to age 88. And you get to color in a dot here. And as you color in the dots and cross off a week of your life that has passed, you get to see, relative to average longevity, how much time has gone by. And that's supposed to kick you in the butt a little bit and say, hey, maybe a third of your life is gone. Maybe half of your life is gone. Maybe 75% of your life is gone. And maybe the 25% that's left isn't really the years that you want to be working all that hard. So maybe it makes you realize that, gosh, I got to take advantage of the years that I have right now. The years where I'm most enthusiastic, most vibrant, most energetic, have the longest endurance, have the most creativity, have the most connections, have the best career, have surplus money, whatever it might be. Take advantage of those times. And so I did mine here. This is a little fill in. I just put little hash marks in the dots because I didn't have time to fill them all in. But I would say if you really want to put this up and see it every day, you can make it a little neater, especially since it will only take a few seconds to color in a dot each week. So what you can see here is that half my life is gone. If you take away this last row right here, more than half my life is gone. And the years down here are probably the years that I want to be relaxing, maybe traveling, maybe doing no work voluntarily. The years up here, you might say, hey, those are years that are lost to your educational years, your school years, high school and college. So you didn't expect to be super productive, but the years right here is maybe where you are going to excel at your career, climb the corporate ladder, maybe start a business, start a side hustle, raise a family, whatever it is that you want to get on. And maybe you realize that the fat years of your life, those rich years of your life are starting to go away. So this kind of helped me realize, hey, you know what? I got to make the most of the time that I have. I got to take advantage of what I do have. When you do have your health, when you do have that energy and that creativity and that drive. Now, this is not to say that everyone's going to die at the average age. Some people say, hey, this is pretty morbid. Why would you put this up? Pete, you're a money channel. Aren't you just supposed to be really positive and optimistic all the time? Generally, I am. But the reality is that life and nature doesn't care. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your mentality. If you want to just live your life and be lazy and do nothing, then you're probably going to have the results that kind of lifestyle produces. But if you want to do something, if you want to get on it, if you want to realize that the time you have is precious and be reminded of that, and you don't have someone just screaming in your ear, a drill sergeant just pumping you up and motivating you all the time, maybe you got to find that motivation on your own. And this little piece of paper here just might do it. This little piece of paper here just might remind you on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, whenever you walk in front of it, that, hey, time is precious and I got to make the most of it. A simple little thing like this, Weeks of My Life poster, might just be what you need. If you want to pick this up, this one was a 4-pack. I'll put a link to it in the description. We're also going to be producing one of our own, which will be available for download that you can print on 11 by 17 paper at your home. And so you don't have to spend any money on that other than the paper. And then we'll have some physical ones that you can order through the mail if you want to have a nice cardstock one that you can just hang up. So if you think something like this might help get you motivated and get more stuff done, then I think you should try it out. I hope this helps. I'll see you later.